Okay, I think we'll go ahead and get started on that note. How is everybody doing today? As for myself, I am still a little bit sick and a little bit coffee, so if I suddenly mute and dip out for a few seconds, that's probably why. So I'm going to apologize in advance because it's less a question of if and more of a question of when. But we are doing our best here. My chat is also doing something wonky today, as are my overlays, so I think everything is just taking a bit of a sick day. So we're surviving. That's all we're doing today. Hopefully at that, because once again, we are starting back here at the beginning of the run. I did go ahead and have a save state here where we get all of our stuff, but not necessarily our Pokemon yet, so we can try and keep a bit of a rhythm going. And here we have little Marill. We'll go ahead and speed up through this since we've done this quite a few times. Please let me know if any audio is doing anything wonky as well, just because it's been a second and this is still a new microphone for me that I'm trying to get used to. So while I'm a little bit confident that the audio is okay because I can actually hear myself now, I am not positive. So please, please, please let me know if anything sounds weird. But with that, how crazy would it be if we got a shiny? Nope, no luck. I do think we're going to go ahead and go for the same strategy that we did last time, because in all honesty, I still think it's pretty sound. We're going to pick Totodile here. Yay, we got a Totodile. Yes, we would like to give a nickname. Last time we named Totodile M after M the Gator. But I'll give a few seconds for anybody to suggest a name. Otherwise, I do have a name in mind as tribute to another one of my friends here. I'm actually going to turn down my mic just a little bit because I think it's getting a little loud. There we go. Okay. I think that should be all right. I think we're going to go ahead and actually name our little Totodile here Florida. Also, I apologize if people are typing and I'm not responding because, again, my overlays are doing something really strange and I really hope I'm not actually missing anything here, but I have no way to tell. I am trying to do my best with what my phone is showing because my computer is showing me nothing at all. Oh, that was loud. This mic is definitely a little bit more sensitive to some vibrations and keyboard things, so if you hear any of that, I apologize, but I'm going to do my best to try and keep that down anyway. And we got potions, but we don't need to worry about that quite yet because our Nuzlocke has not started. And it looks like... oh, okay. Looks like Florida is Rash, which increases special attack but lowers special defense, which is not great when we don't need a paper cannon. And we have a hidden ability this go, which I don't know we've had so far in our starters, and Guts. So if Florida gets a status problem, that will boost his attack stat. So that's pretty neat. I am actually going to go ahead and save real quick here. We'll talk to Ethan and Meryl here. Yay, now we both have water types. We're so special. Yeah, get out of here. Okay. And we're gonna have to talk to everybody again. I'm doing my very best to try and speed up this process, but Johto has a bit of a slower start anyway, and that's not helpful when we need to get through things a little bit quicker. There we go. Yes, I know how to call people. Okay. Here we go. Alright, let's get on out of here. No. I just want to run away from home. Please let me go. I'm coming back here soon anyway. How are you doing, bud? Oh, it sneezed. I don't think I've actually seen that interaction before, but that's adorable. We are, of course, going to be training in this grass on the way up to Mr. Pokemon's house, but I'm not going to go out of my way here either. Our animations are off for now just to try and get through this a little bit quicker. To be totally candid too, I don't know if we're going to make it all the way through the gym today, because I don't know how my voice is going to hold up the longer we go. I did my best to actually warm up properly, so hopefully that minimizes some of the coughing, but I have been afflicted by the plague. Not the actual plague, I guess. I did test negative for Schnovid because apparently you can't say the word, even though everybody knows what the word is. So it's not that, but that only leaves about a million other things that it... Ooh, a salamence in chat. Hang on, I need to try and catch that. No, I have the thing. Please. Okay. There is no way I'm gonna pass up on a salamence, even though that's just in Twitch chat. I don't care. Sorry, guys. I got distracted there. Alright. We're getting all of our gear here. So we are going to be hopefully well on our way. Okay, let's go ahead and heal up Florida as well. Might as well not invite trouble where no trouble is due after all. There we go. Alright. Gosh, the layout looks so naked without anything on it. Oh, that means my Pokemon aren't popping up properly. Let's see if I can get that working real quick. This is so particular with how it likes to go and not go sometimes. Excuse you. And here I thought I'd actually gotten this to work before I got stream going, and I was very proud of myself, and yet now it is not going to function at all, it seems. I suppose today is just going to be the day back, aka the day of everything going wrong. And the salamence got away, of course. But I do want to get this fixed before we actually start getting proper parties going. Can I multitask at least? Of course, it didn't find anything. Okay. I can do this quick. I can do this quick. I was so proud of myself. The best laid plans often go awry. Okay. We are doing this one. This is one of those technology is great when it works, but when it does not, it is rough. Okay. There we go. Come on. Come on. You got this. Okay, maybe it doesn't. Well, I guess we're gonna be a little bit naked for this stream. That's fine. It may or may not decide to pop up later. Ideally it will. I'm not holding out too much hope though. Alright. It would be really nice if things actually wanted to work today. But I guess I can't really fault the technology if my own lungs just refuse to work today. Oop, and we're getting water gun, which is great. Get some early stab. We cannot forget our apricots because... or apricorns. Apricots are the real thing. Then we can get some free Pokeballs later on down the line. I honestly don't really use a whole lot of the gimmicky Pokeballs anyway, just because... I don't know. The delay, while I understand why it exists, I think it just puts too much of a barrier in me actually wanting to go back and ever collect them again. So unless I happen to be in whatever town Kurt is in overnight, I never go back. I just give him my stuff and run away forever. And it's less intention and more I just genuinely forget. Alright, let's get on through all this. Before we talk to that intimidating looking lady, let's go and get the pink one. There we go. Alright. Yes, there is a legendary trainer and an actual storyline to this ROM that we are mostly going to be ignoring, of course. Would you like to give a nickname? Yes. Last time we named this after Z because he really likes Eevee, but this is a boy Eevee after all. I do still think I like Espeon for our strategy here. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to name him Velvet. There we go. Because I think in their Pokedex entries, Espeon is described as feeling like velvet. So, nothing really particular there. And it looks like we have Runaway on this Velvet. So that's not necessarily as good as adaptability, I don't think, but if we run into something scary, at least we can get away a little bit quicker. And he does have a special attack increasing nature, which will be good for Espeon, even if it's still less than his attack stat. So, not a bad start. I am going to see if I can't... oh. Get this to work. Again. Okay, well, it's listed there. Why isn't it listed someplace else? Let's try this. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. The Pokeball thing will even itself out here in a moment. But everything does feel a little bit nicer with the team actually on display there. And I really do like the Gen 5 animations for them. I think it just looks so fitting. In my opinion, it actually just gives the Pokemon some semblance of life when they've got the pixels that give them a little bit more, I guess, like, personality. And then, like, the animations to really drive it home, like Totodile's little jumps there. It's so cute. Alright, so we got the egg that we came here for. And now we are being given our Pokedex. Cool. Alright. And with all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and save our state. Because this is, generally speaking, the longest portion of everything here. Oh no, it's a disaster! Come quick! Okay, well, we'll try and do just that, and I think we'll keep Florida up at the front for now, just because I think giving him some early levels is not going to be remiss today. Don't poison me, please. Okay. Thank you. And I said we're gonna give him some early levels, but level 7 is a little high for some free levels, so we may actually go ahead and switch out Velvet to the front here soon. It's actually a pretty chill day today. Starting to get up hopes that my coughing is going away, seeing as I haven't had any sudden attacks yet. Normally by now I would be a wreck. This is going to be a little bit of a battle of willpower here. But a level 5 Metapod is going to give about too much experience for us to just pass that by. Not as much as I would like, though. And if we get into a pinch, we can always leave. Velvet wants to go back to the lab. Okay, well, I think we're actually alright there. Let's go ahead. Go back this way. I don't want to exploit the level thing too much, even though we are going to need every level that we can get ultimately. After all, I think if I learned my lesson from last time, we're going to need a Pokemon that's like level 16 or more to combat a Falkner's ace, so it's gonna be a long session today if I do make it that far. It is so funny to me to see Silver with a Chikorita. Like, Chikorita is just so commonly viewed as being like a softer starter, and I just picture him so readily with a Feraligatr or Typhlosion, but not a Meganium. Not at all. So that's always a very fun imagery. Oh, gotta cough. Alright, I think I spoke the cough into existence on that one, so I have nothing and no one to blame but myself. That being said, let's try and get through this a little bit quickly. I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to another Bidoof, but boy, I would really like a Geodude and Shinx better this go. Having no Pokemon that were strong against Falkner or really resisted flying types, I think was kind of the nail in our coffin last run. And I would like to avoid that happening again at all costs. I do generally like this new mic because I can actually kind of get some feedback from myself when I speak, but it also really highlights some things I do when I speak more than usual. And so now that's like all I can hear. Yes, arrest me. I wonder what they actually do with people's Pokemon who gets arrested. Like, do they take them to impound and just like let them sit in their Pokeballs until they get released? Or do they like give them to a family member or like adoption agency that can take care of them until the person gets out of jail? Because like in this world there's obviously police officers, so there's gotta be a jail system to bring people justice or whatever. But what actually happens? Like, what if I just have a Rayquaza that I need someone to take care of for me while I'm in jail? These are things that they don't really think people would think of, and I couldn't blame them even a little bit on that front. Okay. Let's go ahead and get out of here once again. Saving frequently. Okay. And with this, here very soon, our Nuzlocke will be formally starting. Which means no more free levels, even though we actually didn't have that much issue. Knock on wood. That last go there. Yeah, I think we will start off with Velvet here, just because I think he's gonna be a bit of a better shot for us. And if we get into any kind of a pinch or anything, we'll be a-okay. Alright. Just doing some housekeeping there. And our very first encounter of run number 4. Lucky run number 4 is God. Woo! Okay. That's not really surprising seeing how many Bidoof we found. Oh, that did nothing. Please be easy to train later. Oh, there's a Wooloo in chat. Gotta love the sheep. Alright. Nice and easy. We got a Bidoof. And let's see what the Pokedex has to say about our God, Lord and Savior. I'm actually gonna go and move myself just a little bit. There we go. Oh. I did not actually read that. Got a little distracted. But God is a girl, which we all know. And let's go ahead and check her out. Oh, God is timid. So that lowers attack but increases speed, which isn't awful for Bibarel, at least, but it may be a little bit rough on a Bidoof. And she has Unaware, which ignores any change in ability by the foe. So if someone tries to set up on us, God can just ignore it. Which is such a funny concept. Like, imagine seeing somebody get really pumped up and like hyped up to, I don't know, win or beat you or whatever context you want to use your Pokemon. And then you're just like, oh, well, I didn't see it happen, so therefore it doesn't exist. That is just like ultimate mind games right there. Let's go ahead and heal up. Just to get God back in fighting form. It's honestly going to be a little bit of a pain to train her, if I'm being totally honest, because again, that timid nature is going to really work against us in the early levels where it's gonna kind of matter the most. But we are gonna go ahead and keep our fingers crossed we get some good luck up here. I thought there was an item, but I guess not. Please? There we go. It's a Spearow. Okay. Anyone's got an idea for Spearow? I suppose start thinking about that now. Okay. I was afraid that was gonna do more damage than that. But I still would prefer to Geodude, but Spearow isn't too bad either. I actually do really like Fearow. Okay. Spearow is a tiny bird Pokemon. Very protective of its territory, it flaps its short wings busily to dart around at high speed. Yes, we will give her a name. Ooh, I know. This is more of a masculine name, but let's name her Captain Jack Spearow. I'm not about the puns sometimes. Let's check her out though. Oh no, she's bold. Which honestly makes total sense for Spearow, but that lowers attack and increases defense, which if anything, I would have loved that to be reversed. So she's got Sniper, which is honestly not too bad. Powers up moves if they are critical hits, so it kind of doubly powers up crits. But I'm not too sure about how I feel with this particular cast we got so far. Because I also do have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to get like a Caterpie on the route above and then like a Bellsprout the route after. So we're just going to do our best, and I'm going to be honest, I'm only going to train up Velvet in Florida for right now, just to not get too attached to any Pokemon that we may be trading in for a later encounter. I again don't hate God and Cap and Jack, but all the same, I do not have very much confidence that we will be keeping them forever. Let's go ahead and register both of those. And what city is this? Cherrygrove, right? Yes, Cherrygrove. I'm horrible with town names, but I do know some of them. Oop. Yeah, I was not ready for that. We're gonna try and get a Cherrygrove encounter. If I can remember how to fish. There we go. And keep our fingers crossed it's something good. Okay, that cry was in the music, but I heard some Chino and I was like, that does not exist in this game. And I'm also now having an identity crisis over the fact that I heard a Pokemon in music and could recognize the cry. But in any case, we have a Magikarp, which actually does no moves at this level in this game. So we're going to go out to Florida to tank that very well, thank you. Ow. And we're going to do our best to catch her, because I am never going to say no to a potential Gyarados in the box. Can you please calm down, Magikarp? And once the... Okay. Guess we'll whittle her down a little bit more. Oh, okay, that was a crit. Technically, we could take another crit. Which is the only reason I'm throwing the Pokeball. Let's see. Nice. Okay, and we have our bait back. Alright. Give a nickname. Yes, we shall. Alrighty, and as is customary, we are naming the Magikarp Bait. There we go. Let's check out Bait, and fingers crossed. Okay, so she is a neutral nature, bashful. Swift Swim boosts a Pokemon's speed and rain, which definitely isn't bad. Bubble, Reversal, and Tackle. So, certainly not awful. once again, I'm just gonna keep everybody on the squad until I've got a better idea of what we're working with. And then we will rearrange and level up as necessary. I don't really think I want to keep a Magikarp on the team. Not at this early of a level anyway. Because I would rather just train her up with like an experience share later to get a Gyarados at level 20 with as minimum pain as possible. And let's go ahead and see what Route 30 has in store for us. My personal money is on Caterpie, I think. Metapod. Okay. I was not that far off. Okay. That honestly did more damage than I expected it to, but with Harden, I think we'll be fine. No, I don't want to hit it again. Just throw the Pokeball, please. And don't get me wrong, I actually really do like Butterfree. It's just not a good choice to go into a flying type gym with. Honestly, even the gym after that, which is also bug types, there's going to be a lot of flying type moves wrapped up in there. Okay, there's a lot of things that we can say about a Metapod, but keeping in mind that it's going to be a pretty Butterfree soon, I think I'm going to steal somebody else's name and call him Margarine because it's Butterfree. I just love that. Alright, what's Margarine? He's a mild nature and hates to lose. He has lower defense but increased special attack and shed skin as a Metapod. So, Margarine is definitely about what I'd expect of a Butterfree, which is to say, generously, a glass cannon. Go ahead and heal up. Yes, yes. But so far with this distribution, I do think Margarine would be on the team just for that type advantage, and bugs really aren't awful early game. And beyond that, I would probably pick between God and Jack Sparrow. And I do think we are going to go ahead and train up Velvet and Florida again specifically. Just because oh well, that was a net neutral turn. I would really like to get both of them at minimum up to level 16 or even 17 by the time we get to the gym. And that's definitely a little ways to go. And if we can get them up a little bit more now, then hopefully that will help us training later. Oh, I wouldn't have minded a Tailo either. I really do like Swellow, but I guess it's kind of on par with Fearow in the sense that they aren't as good as the 3-stage bird evolutions, but they hold a little special place in my heart. I think we're just gonna loosely try for level 9 since we do have some trainer battles coming up. And I really want them to be kind of well prepared. This really would be nice if it just gave us the experience share right off the bat, but that would also be a little bit more ineffective, I'm sure, for some of these early grinds. Okay. We're almost there with Florida. Oh, Kakuna. Alright, I'm going to take a little hydration break, so I'm going to mute up because you can hear everything with this mic. And I recommend you all take a quick hydration stretch break anyway while we are embarking on the grind, TM. I forget Caterpie gets Snore in this. It actually probably would have been better to catch the Caterpie over a Metapod because we'd actually have an offensive move on Margarine. As it is, we're just gonna make do with what we got. I'm not messing around with Weedle right now. I don't want to have to go back just for poisoning. Which honestly, I should probably pick up some antidotes and potions sooner than later. Today is just a nice chill day. Get lost to the grind, watch some snow fall outside. I honestly thought we were past snow, but that's just how the regional snowfall works sometimes. We can still technically get snow in June. So even though it's been warming up, it is definitely not committing. Alright, level 8. Oh, and we're getting bite. And I think we'll forget Helping Hand because that is just way too situational. Oop. Looks like there is an Illumise in chat. If anybody is so inclined to try and get that for themselves. I was always really disappointed that they didn't somehow do more with Illumise and Volbeat, honestly. I really liked the idea of Firefly Pokemon, and they did them a little bit of justice in, I think it's Explorers of Darkness, maybe Explorers of Time. But it is, oh, yeah, that's right. It is still a little underwhelming for what I think they could theoretically do with Firefly Pokemon. The most obvious thing that they could have done too was make it an actual Firefly. Or even an electric type I would have accepted. But no, they're just bugs. They're just bugs. Honestly, there are quite a few things like that Pokemon kind of has some missed opportunities with, but the beauty of Pokemon is you can kind of always retroactively do that with alternate regional forms, paradox forms, mega evolutions, even just actual evolutions, so they could always go back on that if they wanted to. I don't think they ever will, though. Illumise and Volbeat are just going to be lost to time. Alright, we are almost there. And I will take a crit to end this off. Okay. I'm really hoping the next grind session goes as smooth as that one, but honestly, I have my suspicions that it won't for reasons. Not to mention the fact that both of those Pokemon were already pretty strong and pretty leveled by comparison to really anything we have on our team presently. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what I can't stock up on in here. It's always good to have some extra antidotes, even if it won't kill us in this game. Same with Paralyze Heals, you never know what will happen. Let's go ahead and get that up to a nice even number. Let's buy that many more Pokeballs. I hope we'll have good luck, but I'm not holding much of my breath, just because that's never how things actually turn out. I'll save just to make sure we do not lose any progress, obviously. I'm going to run away from most of what we encounter here just because I want us to be fresh and fit for this fight. Who has the best defense, actually? Okay. It is definitely Florida. So we are going to let him handle the top percentage of Rattata here. Also, if the game music gets annoying, please let me know because I can turn that down. Quick attack can miss? Oh, it must have like hustle or something. Well, that went a lot smoother than I expected. And yes, you are the only one that can get my number. Okay. I think one of these is... I almost said a plant type trainer. Grass type trainer? Is that you? Yes. Okay. We will let Captain Jack get some experience, maybe. I'm actually going to slow us down a little bit. Just because I don't want to get completely rocked by a Badu. Oh. Okay. I know it's a literal baby, but I was still not expecting Spearow to handle that on her own. So maybe she'll just prove me wrong. And we will definitely take Leer. Sentret. Okay. I will let Florida actually handle that. I'll speed back up. Oh yeah, level 6 Sentret. Ow. Get out of here. Okay. C-Dot. We'll try and let Captain Jack handle this, but part of the reason for my hesitance is because I don't want it to use Bide and then kill something. Okay, that was a moot turn. Okay. Yep, just keep doing whatever you're doing, bud. That's preferable to literally anything else. Okay. Man, I love Spearow. Alright, well, I guess we'll let her keep battling. This can save us some levels later, because again, Ooh, no, no, no. Not you either. I do think Spearow will ultimately have a place on the team. I just wanted to keep some options open in case we got like a Starly or something. As is. She did really good. Okay. Let her rest up in the back. And also, I'm very well aware that the layout apparently does not like her name, but nothing I can do about that in retrospect. I can only just try and change up naming conventions in future, I guess. Not the cute charm. Cute charm and sing. This is possibly going to be very rough, actually. Okay, yeah, we're not doing that right now. Water gun, please. There we go. Skitty. We'll keep battling. There we go. Actually kind of getting somewhere now. Well, I'm no longer concerned about Florida getting leveled up, but if anything, I'm a little concerned that we're not spreading out some of this experience from trainers. That being said, there's not really much I can do unless I want to walk all the way back anyway. Sorry for coughing in everybody's ear. Oh. Oh, I forgot to talk to Mom, apparently. I heard from Professor Helm that you're going on a long trip. Yeah, save some money, please. Now I feel like a horrible person for forgetting to talk to Mom. I mean, I guess that would just straight up be running away from home at that point. Oh well. We're going to avoid the Dark Cave and Route 31 encounters for now, just so I can try and heal everybody up. You do not fight us here. You just jump scare me and give me an object and then run away. Off you go. And we can actually go ahead and get our gift Pokemon here in Violet City from the Quizmaster, whom we are definitely going to be using because, again, it's part of the strategy. I need to get a Charmeleon with Dragon Rage for this gym. And everything that may come beyond that, if I'm being totally honest. So let's go ahead and let's put away God and Bait just for now. So I want to grab this Charmander. Come here. Yeah. I've done this perfectly before. You'd think I wouldn't mess up the first question. Or the second question. Yes. Yes. No, it's not true. The wording messed me up for a second. And we are picking Charmander this time. Woo, Charmander! Yes, I would like to give Charmander a nickname. This is a boy, so I cannot give her, or give him, my usual name. Real quick water break while I think. This may be a bit of a stranger one, but we'll go ahead and name him Hanabi, which is Japanese for fireworks. I think it literally translates to fire flower. So he just has the usual starter ability in Blaze. There's no hidden ability for him, which is disappointing, but fine because solar power is a little gimmicky anyway. And luckily he is just a neutral nature. So that is actually not too bad. We've got 3 Pokemon that evolve into flying types on the team currently, so that is not going to last very long. Oh. And before I leave to go get our other encounters, you give us experience shares, right? Yes, you do. Okay. There is no way I am passing up on an experience share. Let's see here. Okay, so these 3 are our main squad. Everyone else is kind of along for the ride right now, but as I've been saying, things are subject to change. And I'm actually going to work a little bit backwards here. I'm going to try and get our Sprout Tower encounter first. I actually kind of do hope it's an actual Bellsprout because grass type would be nice at some point. But I also would definitely not be opposed to a ghastly game. You know, it's not asking for much. Pidgey. Okay. Level 10. This is also why I was not training up Jack too much. Because that's just obviously objectively better. Even if it's a little scary to try and whittle down right now. Don't hurt me, please. That did a lot of damage, actually, so I'm going to switch out to Florida, who should be able to take it. And then we'll throw a Pokeball. Glad nobody has a berry, because that would hurt right now. Please be our friend, Pidgey. Okay. I guess we'll start thinking of names for a female Pidgey. Common in grassy areas and forests, it is very docile and will chase off enemies by flapping up sand. Okay. Give a nickname, yes we shall. Everything I'm immediately thinking of does not make sense for a Pidgeotto. This definitely isn't my most creative name ever, but we'll name her male. Oh, right after Illumise, we got a Volbeat in chat. That's kind of funny. Male is a bashful nature, likes to run. So, totally neutral there. Tangled Feet, which raises evasion if the Pokemon is confused. I did not ever read that way. That actually isn't awful, even if it's very situational. And we've got pretty good mixed stats all in all. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it that way. So, honestly, not too bad. I do think between Captain Jack and male, it makes more sense to just do male because she will be more viable in the long term. And while I love Spearow, I just love its scrappy little design. I would rather get a Pokemon that I'm going to use for the long term rather than one I'm going to trade in for the other later anyway. The good news, I guess, is that we're quite a ways away from Charizard, so we don't have to worry about that kind of overlap anytime soon. So let's go ahead and put Captain Jack away. It's one of those where I hope it's not forever and I kind of hope it's forever at the same time. Because if it's not forever, that probably means that somebody died. But I would also like to use her at some point. Okay. Let's see if I can actually fish in here. Apparently it's not going to be a question of my skill, it's going to be a question of, is there any fish to bite? That spot's always unlucky anyway. Maybe up here. When in doubt, blame Velvet. He's scaring away all the fish. Like, seriously though. Please. It's gonna be all this effort and then it's gonna be a Magikarp that's gonna be dupes anyway. There we go. Did I jinx it into fruition? Level 15. That's why we had the Pokemon run away. The front party currently. don't even know what like water type I'm hoping for here. Not a Magikarp. But I think we can get Cloyster and Staryu here. Oop. And I'm sure there are other things as well. Maybe Weasel, because you can find that on the actual grass route just outside of town. Gosh. I'm about to throw in the towel on this encounter altogether. But I don't want it to be like an ice type that could actually make a huge difference in the fight, and then we just don't get it because it's taking too long. Honestly, a Cloyster could be really nice for this gym, even if we don't use them after. Is this gonna be another Magikarp? Can't see it, but I'm just shaking my head right now. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm glad to have a Magikarp. I'm glad that the game is giving us ample opportunity to get a Magikarp. I just would like some variety right now. It's gonna be all this effort for a Pokemon I'm never going to use. Oh, it's Staryu. Okay, I'm actually gonna slow us down a little bit here. Let's go out to Florida, who can hopefully resist anything it really wants to do for us. What did I just press? There we go. I got so sensitive for no reason. Oh god, that's gonna make me sick. Okay. Not really confident in the strategy. But in all honesty, I don't know what else to do. I think we're just gonna go ahead and throw a Pokeball and keep our fingers crossed. Because we are going to lose that game. I'm sorry he wants to be our friend, so I will not say no to that. Okay. Even if its body is torn, it can regenerate as long as the glowing central core remains intact. Yes, we shall. And because this is just the mood I am in today, apparently, we shall name them Patrick. Cool. And what does Patrick do? Level 12 again, though. That is not bad. Quiet nature. So that lowers speed but increases special attack. I honestly don't know how fast Starmie would be anyway. Knows Harden, Water Gun, Rapid Spin, and Recover. Which, honestly, as has been evidenced to me last time, Recover is not as unviable an option in this as it feels like, because potions and money in general are kind of a commodity. Okay, let's go ahead and heal up here. Then we shall deposit Patrick in the box because I really don't think we need the double up right now. Real quick, I have got to lower my mouse sensitivity. I have no idea what happened. There we go. But it went from 0 to 10,000 after I touched something I apparently was not meant to touch. Let me just see what's going on with our music here. Let's do that. Okay. Sweet. Bye. Again, hopefully we see you and hopefully we don't all at the same time. I would so much rather have infinite possibilities in the PC than have 0 options beyond what's on our team already. Okay, and since we're working backwards, let's go get our route encounter, and then we'll go wrap it up in the cave and hope there's a rock or electric type somewhere in there. Cough cough shinks would be awesome. Game. It's a not to. Apparently I'm just gonna be a bird tamer in this run. Okay. Because right now we literally have Pidgey, Spearow, Natu. Excuse you. Don't do that again, please. But yeah, Pidgey, Spearow, Natu. And we can technically get flying types with Charmander and Margarine if we wait long enough. So, out of however many encounters, like half of them are flying type, ultimately. That's not really that good for us. Guess we'll be fighting Falkner with fire on fire there. It usually forages for food on the ground, but may, on rare occasion, hop onto branches to peck at shoots. I would expect that there would have been something a little bit more enlightening about a psychic bird. But I guess that's all we get. And I'm actually going to name him a little bit of an unorthodox name. This comes from the original Mystery Dungeon, where Xatu just stares into the sunlight. And I think that is something that Xatu do canonically, but it's not something I've ever really gotten a Xatu to even confirm. Mild nature. So that lowers defense, ups special attack. So at level 7, his special attack I think is actually higher than anybody's. Oh, JK. But his special attack stat is proportionately the highest. Oh. He knows Confusion, Air Cutter, Leer, and Nightshade. Nightshade is not very helpful for this gym, but that's actually not an awful move to have. Honestly, just that proportion of strength in there is not too bad either. Huh. Maybe I will be a bird tamer. But, at least for now, I'm gonna go heal up Eevee. And then we're gonna drop off Margarine, actually, I think. Because while I would like to have a Butterfree, it's not going to be helpful in this upcoming gym at all. Whereas Natu might actually be helpful. And no matter what, I would have 2 flying types between a Butterfree and a Pidgey, or a Pidgey and a Natu anyway, so. Let's go get our final encounter before the first gym. We are kind of cruising through this, honestly. And again, fingers crossed that it's something actually good. I would definitely not be opposed to a Larvitar, which is something we got that blessed first run. Something tells me at the rate I'm gonna get a Zubat and round out my collection. No, I don't want it. I know, it's a tank, but I don't want it. Don't hurt me. Special offense 15. Let's go ahead and go out to Hanabi. You know what? That's fine. Just get his Pokeball, please. There we go. Nice and easy. Okay. Yes, we will give it a name. And in honor of Ghosty Fern, who I don't think is here right now, I will name Bronzor Cole. Because that's what we got last time, was Colebell. This Cole is mild nature, alert to sound. We got lower defense but increased special attack nature, which I would have preferred the opposite if we're going for a tank here. But this one does have Levitate, which gives immunity to all ground type moves. So I guess that's fine. It's probably more preferable to Heat Proof just on a defensive capacity, but at the same time, in the regular playthrough, we're probably going to see a lot more fire than ground. So I don't really know how to round this out, actually. I think we're going to stick with this team that we have. I know not to is kind of doubling up on multiple types there, but I think that offensive capacity that he's got the potential for is going to make up for that as best as it can anyway. I think we're going to try and get everybody to level 12 before we go into Sprout Tower, and I think we will do Sprout Tower first because that's going to be the least intimidating, and hopefully if we're all level 12 by the time we get in there, it's going to be a little bit easier to push that final like 3 to 4 levels to get to 15 to 16 across the board. I'm just going to actually save in this game real quick, and then we're going to go back onto the grinding mode. That's always the roughest part about this game in particular, is that there's just so much grinding. Never enough grinding. I think we're actually going to start off with Velvet. I'm just going to organize everybody for my brain so I can see who needs trained where. Okay. Oh my god, look at the board. Okay. Well, I think I'm actually going to be fully embracing this role of bird trainer for the moment anyway. Let's see what this is. I will not say no to a free Pokeball. And I suppose there's a few trainers I may have missed on the way up here too. Catcher Wade. Okay, I have all of the faith that you can do that. Nice. Okay. I was about to say that did not do nearly as much experience as I would have liked, but I forgot that I gave an experience share to somebody else, so that checks out. It's just going to be a little bit more of a painful grind. Harden is not going to save you, my friend. I keep saying news that this year is going to be like the unprecedented rise of the locust or something. That there's like multiple generations that are going to be rising out of the ground together this year, which is kind of terrifying and kind of cool. Wait, how to get that quick attack in and give me a heart attack? Okay, well, one level. Or one Pokemon, I guess. Yeah, I think I actually will give them my number this time. I like free things, and hopefully we'll be doubling back around here sooner than later. You are going to be a pain in the rear to train, my friend. But honestly, expectations were exceeded not to just there. I totally thought it would be way too squishy to take even one attack, and it took multiple. So, just got like an overwhelming smell of burning popcorn, so I really hope nobody's trying to burn down the building. That would be just my luck that my cough alleviates for 2 seconds so I can actually stream again, and then somebody just kills the actual building itself. I just want to talk to you, my guy. Okay. I don't think I missed anything else actually notable here. See, I actually would not have minded that. As it is, I don't know if I actually am too sad with Sunstare here. And just as obvious disclaimer, please don't actually stare at the sun. That is not healthy for your eyes. Even though it was really tempting during the eclipse at times, I can't lie about that bit. Level 9! Yay! This is gonna take forever. I actually had family come in from out of state, and I think they came for the good weather that we're pretty much always having in this area. But of course, as soon as they got here, it started being all like snowy and rainy and like generally the cold grossest I've seen this in a couple weeks, actually. So I think joke's on them, they actually got the worst end of the deal. Is the lo-fi done already? Oh no. I think because everything has to be hard today, this is just being weird again. My headphones sometimes do not like to pair up with this mic. Please. Like to be able to hear things, actually. Sorry if the audio is doing weird things for you guys. I can't hear it anymore. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna live with that for a second until it decides it wants to change its mind. Man, I really should rename the stream to Nothing Wants to Work Today, because that would be the most accurate description of whatever is happening today. That did more than I would have liked it to, but I guess that's what happens when it's a mirror match. Let's see, Weasel. Okay, let's go ahead and actually switch out. This is so annoying. It sounds so empty without listening to myself anymore. Which is such a weird thought to think, but it's the truth. Alright. Let's go ahead and heal up, I guess. Okay. Let's get on out of here. Sorry, had a quick cough attack. Someday I will be healthy, but that is definitely not today. Unfortunately. Teleports. Honestly, the warping to the last Poké Center visited could be good, and it makes more sense than Leer on a special attacker, so sure, let's do that. I won't complain for some utility, even if that just saves us on grinding a bit. How's Colbell doing here? Yeah, we're getting there. Honestly, it's going a little bit quicker than I expected for training them not to. Which I will certainly not be opposed to. I would so much rather everything go quickly than slow. Maybe that'll be another benefit to the birds. I think they've got a lower experience capacity. Ooh, this is going to be good level. Good levels, good levels. Honestly, Sunsayer is just ripping through everything. It does occur to me too that I want to get... I've got 2 Bronzors on my team for some reason. Oh well. But it does occur to me that I did want to evolve Eevee into Espeon, which I think could still make the most sense. And I've got 2 Psychic types already on my team. Oh, there's a Shinx. You would have been nice a long time ago, my friend. Actually, who can handle a Shinx? Just go out to Velvet, I guess. I guess Shinx is not Dark type immediately in this game. I think it evolves into that, seeing as that wasn't resisted there. And now that we've seen one Shinx, we're probably going to see a lot. To just really continue to rub salt in that wound. I knew the odds of us ever getting another Shinx were going to be slim in this game, but it still hurts. Luxray is just one of my favorite Pokemon, and if Anti-God did not save us so many times that first run. Just way too good. Alright. Level 12. Sorry. I had no warning on that one. But it feels so far away right now. Okay. I'm back-ish. Back-ish. Oh man, it got really gross outside. It's straight up starting to look like the Mist Stephen King out there. Which honestly... I don't... This cough will not leave me alone. But in all honesty, I have been on a little bit more of a horror kick lately than usual, which is not the most surprising thing because I like horror any time of the day anyway. That being said, there's a reason I picked a ghost type, or part ghost type, to represent me, but usually I do go on a bit more of a horror kick, I guess, when it's like actually fall and winter time. Instead, I kind of skipped over it for the winter, and now I'm going into it in spring, which is a little bit of a different mood. But the fog and the mist outside right now really is driving home that I would love, absolutely love, to get into a good horror flick or franchise. Which, honestly, there is that new Abigail movie coming out, and that one looks like a fun ride, even if it's not like the moody horror I would like to get into. Cascoon just appeared in chat. That is really fitting, considering I think we just fought one. But that one just looks like a good old fun time, and I think it's by the same people who did some of the other kind of just the this is for fun movies. So comedy and horror honestly goes pretty well together if you can get past some of the gore that usually goes in those movies. And I'm excited to see what they do with that because honestly that premise is just kind of hilarious to me. Everyone's level 10 or higher, which I am not complaining about. I think I reached the wall where my voice is going to start to die here soon. Oh, Nightshade scared me for a second there. But so be it. I knew that was coming sooner or later. And honestly, having a good enough time right now that I'm totally fine to just keep going. I'm getting so many promotional messages right now. It's actually kind of annoying. Everyone wants to celebrate 420 in style. Oh man, the mist is just coming down really hard right now. Pretty soon I'm not going to be able to see across the street. Going back to what I was originally going to say about the mist. I honestly felt like, while there's a lot of things that you can do with the horror movie that revolves specifically around a supernatural fog, I feel like it was honestly a little bit disappointing just with the premise that they could have gone for there. Because, like, again, there is so much you can do with a premise that's you don't really know what's out there, and you can't even see it to know what's out there. And while I think it's set up like a good baseline for some of those horror survival situations, I guess my biggest gripe is with like the ending and like the exact way it went with the parasocial relationships ruining things. I know it's an older movie book combo now, but just trying to avoid spoilers there. Like, I don't know. Like, a movie like that, I get why, or a book like that, I guess. I get why it's kind of ending on a make it your own note. But I don't know. I guess it's just hard for me to verbalize. Like, you don't really see a lot of what's out in the mist, and in the book you never really find out, like, how or if people survive. And while that's true, if you were looking at it from, like, a realistic point of, you know, these people even surviving long enough to chronicle a story or thought or whatever, like, there's just something not satisfying to me in being able to confirm, I guess. Any of those matters. Alright. Someday I will actually outspeed that Abra and bite it. But that day, I don't know if it's gonna be this session. Probably shouldn't be fighting these guys because I don't want to be dealing with poison constantly, but we are making such slow progress on the grand scheme of things. Be nice to get literally anywhere. Okay. I don't really want to cave and throw in the towel early at level 11, but I might cave and throw in the towel a little bit early at level 11. The grind is just so rough. And I'm actually going to leave that experience share on Cole specifically just because, to be totally blunt, I don't don't really want to switch train it, and I don't want to have to deal with all of that, so I'd rather just leave it on until it's level 16, even if that takes us into the Sprout Tower and get everybody to their respective points kind of concurrently. Actually, that not too scares me a little bit. Then have to mess around with playing catch up again, which I think that bit of impatience definitely was a contributing factor to losing last run. And that being said, I am going to go to level 12 on this. It's going to be a longer grind session, but I do think it's necessary. And once again, just grabbing some water for myself. Please make sure that you are also taking breaks to grab some water, do some stretching, do some breathing if you're like me and stuck in the house with a cough. So just basic rules. Make sure you are taking care of yourself. At least Mail's grinding up pretty good. I figured that Pidgey was going to be a little bit easier to maintain than some other mons, but honestly, I'm being pleasantly surprised with how well she's holding her own here. Level 10 to start or no. Okay. And now we are back to Sunstare. Be kind of hilarious if this just immediately gave us that level. Nope, or we'll miss. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere close with experience share on. Okay. My headphones are still not wanting to work. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on things and hoping that nothing gets too loud or disgusting in the meantime. I really feel like I kind of encompass Murphy's Law when it comes to technology, in specific at least. Just because, you know, the notion of if it can go wrong, it will. Or if it can happen, it will. I don't know, that just always seems to be how it is for technology for me. If it can break, it will break. Like, the number of times I've gone someplace and encountered a problem and been like, hey, can you help me with this problem? And people are like, I really wish I could, but I've never seen that happen before. If I had a nickel, I would unironically probably have hundreds of dollars by now. So yeah, I'm sure that's not as specific a problem to me as it may sometimes feel. Because I know plenty of other people have their own share of gripes with technologies. But boy, I can't be the only one that causes problems that nobody's ever seen before in that same extent. That Shinx is actually giving me a little bit of a concern there for a second, but I think we're still good to keep going. That we are definitely gonna have to heal Hanabi up before it's his turn. Okay. Cole's getting there. And that's all I guess I can ask for. Another good point for Natsu is that he sure has leveled up quick. Benefit for any of the birds, I suppose. I love Charmander's derpy little face in this game. Kind of reminds me of like an old cartoon of a dinosaur. Like, what style would that be? I think that was probably really popular in like the 80s? Where it's just those kind of beady little eyes. I mean, look at them. Soulless. I feel bad for insulting him because he's not even looking at us right now. But that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And of course it's a weasel. I'm not even messing around with you can't get away. Because that was inevitably gonna happen. Yeah, let's get this weasel gone. There we go. Okay. We went from all bugs to all water types as soon as it was a fire type's turn to get leveled up. But hey, he's gonna get plenty of levels in the Sprout Tower, so I guess I can't complain too hard. Okie doke. Not gonna lie, I'm a little scared about, but we'll see how that fares. Not too shabby, actually. Don't know how much anything else is gonna do. Okay. I'm actually a little surprised that we did get a Natu because they seem to kind of come and go in waves. They're a little bit more rare than some of these other encounters. They're definitely not as rare as Shinx. I think I've seen the fewest Shinx out of anything. But they're definitely not around every corner either. I guess a good question of the day for those watching the VOD on YouTube is, what is your favorite Borb? So we've got Natu, which I honestly think is kind of peak Borb. We've got Rowlet, who's a little bit more oval, but is definitely a bird orb too. But I do think that Natu kind of embodies peak Borb. I was not expecting to outspeed that there. Really, truly was not. Oh, there's a Bellsprout. That's what I wanted to train on. Okay. One more level across the board. I would say that's all, but that experience share, it's kind of doing it in slow-mo. I guess another question today is, what is your favorite baby Pokemon? Since technically Badu counts. Baby Pokemon I most strongly associate with Gens 2 and 3. Because you get Pichu, which is a solid choice, I think. Magby, Elekid. What else technically counts? I think that's about it there. But then in Fortune, you get Mine Jr., who was literally all I could think of when I was trying to think of babies. Badu technically is a baby. And you get it Munchlax. Munchlax too. I think that's about it there. I'd say of those options, I know it's kind of overdone. Oh, Smoochum. Smoochum too. Igglybuff as well. I think of those options, I do have to say I like Pichu the best. Not necessarily because it's Pokemon mascot or whatever, but just because specifically for the spiky-eared Pikachu, I think it is cute. And it's some of the only babies that they give an actual personality that doesn't annoy me to death, like Mine Jr. So I think by default, it kind of has to be that. But excluding that, I'd have to say probably Munchlax. Munchlax has a lot of vibes going for it too, if I'm being honest. All it likes to do is eat and sleep, and it gets occasional bursts of energy to run around. It is the perfect mini Snorlax. If I'm being honest, I kind of wish we could see what an evolved Snorlax would be. Not because I think Snorlax needs an evolution, but because I just want to see what that would look like. Okay. We are slowly whittling through this. In all honesty, by the time we get everybody up to level 12, we may well have Bronzor on the cusp of the cutoff, seeing as it's level 14 now. Confuse Ray definitely over Imprison because we are never, ever using Imprison. At least not to its fullest capacity. While this grind is definitely a little bit harder than... Ooh, level 10. And last times, I definitely think that this is... That did not do as much damage as I expected it to. I do think that this run is overall going a little bit better, even if we do have so many overlapping types. Just because it feels better. The Pokemon feel like they've got actual like solidness to them instead of me being concerned that they're just going to self-combust the moment I send anybody into battle. So I'll take that, even if it's misplaced reassurance. That's where I'm at. You know, we may honestly have 2 evolved starters by the time we get into the gym. Which, if we are going for level 16, we probably will. And an evolved Eevee, because I'm not making that mistake. Never had an Eevee survive past the first gym, and I would really like to actually use an evolution. I know they're probably overdone, but when I'm handed an Eevee, I cannot simply refuse the Eevee. Eevee are too good. Eevee are too pure. Honestly, it is almost a shame that we don't have some of the later evolutions in this game, because a Sylveon would sure be nice. But this ROM hack just doesn't support that, so we make do with what we get. Honestly, I'm not mad with what we've got. This is probably the era of Pokemon I know best. Honestly, a Glaceon. I'll have to double check Velvet's nature. But a Glaceon may not be out of place either, because ice types are also going to be a bit rarer. And that would definitely help us with the first couple gyms at least. I just don't want to get too attached to an ice type when so many water types are also part ice. And, you know, it'd be more efficient to have a water ice type than a pure water and a pure ice type. But that's a later problem. We need to get through the Sprout Tower and the gym to start us off anyway. But yeah, as it stands, I really do like Espeon, but I honestly don't know if we would need another Psychic type. And I don't know how long I would use Natu for anyway, but Bronzor we're unfortunately going to be stuck with for a little bit. At least until we get Spiritomb, which isn't going to be for 2 whole gyms. Don't poison me, thank you. Oh, there's a Shinx. Intimidate's gonna be annoying. But we can just brute force our way through that. How actually are you doing on experience? Definitely making its way up there. We're gonna have to check to see how its defenses are actually looking at the end of the day. Because we're definitely getting somewhere, I think. Sorry again, too, if people are typing in chat and I'm missing it. I do not have anything properly up and running today, it seems, so if people are talking and I'm not responding, please do not take it personally. I literally cannot see it. Which is just a running theme for today, it seems. Okay, I'm gonna take this risk because we're so close to level 12. I don't like taking that risk. Please be a Cascoon or something that just knows Harden. Ugh. I don't know if that's gonna be enough anyway. Sure would be nice. That wasn't enough either. Cascoon? Wormhole. I honestly probably should name male time. That still is rent-free in my head. However many decades later it's been. Blue's Clues is probably the only kids show that I remember with any amount of vividity. There's a Silcoon. I remember watching Rugrats, and there was like a Looney Tunes show on when I was little. But like for actual kid shows, Blue's Clues is the only one I remember. Maybe that's a formula. Maybe that's just because I liked dogs even back then. I don't know. But that's what I liked. And yeah, we may unironically get level 16 Bronzor before anything else. Could be worse, I guess. And I think once we get into Sprout Tower, we are just gonna let Hanabi have basically free reign, because they struggle the most out here with grinding, and inside it should just be all Bellsprout normal types to the end. So theoretically, that should be free reign for Charmander. Alright. So close. So very close. Oh, all the mists cleared up all at once. Still no sun though, so no rainbows to be seen yet here. Have any of you guys ever actually gone chasing rainbows? That's something that... Oh, what did I touch? That's something that I used to do a lot as a kid. Was we would see a rainbow, and then, you know, like we point at it and we'd be like, we gotta go get the gold. And my mom would actually like pile us into the car, and we'd just be like, no, turn right, go here, go there, trying to get to the end of the rainbow. No, that's one of those memories I didn't even really remember having until just now. But we would actually just get in a car and drive, try to chase the leprechaun. You know, in hindsight, it is a little bit cruel that they came up with the legend about riches at the end of a rainbow, and then, you know, whether they knew it at the time or not, realizing that there's never going to be an end to the rainbow that you can actually reach. I guess one could argue that that's a great metaphor. But I want to get to the pot of gold. I wouldn't mind just winning the lottery. That's just me, though. I don't mind doing things the hard way, but there's an easier way, or a more adventurous way. I would so much rather do that. This is going to annoy me. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, lucky chance. I don't think I'm ever going to take the moment to stop and set up a chant, so we'll keep teleport, even if I keep forgetting it exists. Give up on Lucky Chant, yep. Okay. Speaking of teleport, though, I'll gladly use that right now. Ooh. I know that's basically just escape rope animations, but I don't think I've ever actually seen the overworld sprite do that in action, so that was pretty neat. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and then I will come back for the Sprout Tower. So, I'm actually gonna save because it's been a hot second since I've done that. And I encourage you all to take a moment while I am as well. Stand up, stretch, grab some water, grab a snack, grab a blanket, just anything that you need to do to be comfortable and settle in. And I will be back momentarily. Okay, I am back from break. I did try my best to figure out whatever's going on with my system during that time, and unsurprisingly, things did not want to work out like that, so I'm just gonna keep kind of winging it here and hoping that things don't sound too loud or too quiet. And I still also can't see chat, so that's cool. Doing the best that we can, though. And I think, without any further ado, we are in fact just gonna let Charmander go burn down the tower. But honestly, it shouldn't be too bad with Sunseer there to teleport us out, so we can come back and we can take breaks whenever we need, with hopefully some minimal back and forth there. But let's see exactly where we're falling here. Sage Nico. Level 8, level 12 feels like overkill, but I'm getting ready for the gym. Not whatever the rest of this is. Okay. Oh, there's just a Ralts in chat, too. Missed opportunities. Okay. I think we can go a little bit quicker. I feel like my brain is starting to process hyperdrive. So now everything is just going to feel way too slow when it's not doing this. I think we are, for the most part, just going to focus on getting one Pokemon at a time up, rather than completely evening out the switch train. But we'll see how many levels we can even get in this tower anyway. I'm not going to hold out hope that it's going to be a lot, so... Honestly, we've made more progress than I expected to. Even with the grind session that took like an hour. We are just cruising along. And I think we will forget Growl for Metal Claw. Don't really see much occasion to use that. Oh, there it is. Ooh, and Nightshade. Again, that won't be extremely helpful in this gym. But I actually kind of want that more than Tackle. There we go. Let's do Poliwag, eh? I think we'll let Florida handle it. If we lose this run, okay, thanks. If we lose this run, I think I'm gonna do like a name scheme next time. And I'm only saying that because Florida just like all United States theme. Or all food theme. Or all Avatar Last Airbender theme. Could be fun. Get out of here. Okay. But we can at least take this away. Which means half our experience is no longer going into the metaphorical void. Just feels like it was. And now hopefully we can actually be gaining levels a little bit of a better rate here. Again, Hanabi is actually surprising me pleasantly by really holding out his own here. Say right before we run into Mareep, that could actually be the death of us. Holy cow. Because I don't trust him with that. Please flinch. Okay. charge does boost the next turn, but only the next turn, so ow. That's why I was hoping for a flinch on that specific turn. A hoot hoot, eh? I guess a hoot hoot could also be a great boar, but I honestly like not to as the pinnacle boar better. Speaking of, I am the better bird keeper here, so be gone. Hey, what did you miss? Not to? Oh, I don't know why the caps were being weird. I guess that's just one of the automatic things that comes in. You did not miss much. You just missed a lot of grinding. We are in the Sprout Tower now, before maybe more grinding, and then into the gym. So things are hopefully looking a little bit better than last run, but we still don't have anything super effective on the gym. So I'm looking to just purely brute force it, if I'm being honest. And keeping fingers crossed that we'll actually make it through this time. And speaking of not to, look at this. We can't use that in here? Never mind. Is Anti-God still haunting you? Yes. Anti-God will always haunt me. Because to be totally honest, like, the more of these runs I've been forced to do, the more I realize just how rare Shinx was as an encounter in the first place and how good its typing is in this game. So I'm definitely feeling a lot of sadness that Shinx is gone. We got Natu on the route that we got. We would have gotten the Shinx though, so we got something. And honestly, I have been pleasantly surprised by Natu so far. He's honestly been holding his own. We got so many birds this run though. We got a Spearow, Pidgey, Natu. I feel like there's one I was missing. You love Natus? I've never actually had occasion to use one in a playthrough. So this is my first time actually playing one and not just getting one and grinding it up for the Pokedex sort of thing. And again, I've been pleasantly surprised. But this is the most diverse team I could manage, and it's half redundant typing, so we're doing the best we can. We did get God and Fish Bait again, so I'm keeping fingers crossed that that means this run is actually blessed, like it should be. Also, please let me know if any audio is acting funny, because my headphones are acting funny, so now I can no longer hear it. That has just been the running theme for today. The overlays don't want to work, my lungs don't want to work, my headphones don't want to work. I have no idea what's going on anywhere. I'm just doing the best I can. Oh, it was, what was? But yeah, we are just honestly kind of cruising today. Thought it was your internet? Okay. Yeah, please let me know if there's any weirdness at all so I can actually try and make things work here. Little glitches in the audio. Well, at least you can hear me. I'll turn up the background a little bit in case there's just something going on in the music that you can't quite hear. Honestly, Charmander is getting up on levels quick. But hopefully it's not too bad or distracting. I also may be cutting in a little bit here and there, like I was just there. That's just me actually muting myself because my cough is not quite gone. And I just wanted to stream anyway. So that could also be part of what you're hearing too. A Bulbasaur appeared. Yeah, that was one of the trainer Pokemon here, sadly. I would not be opposed to getting a Bulbasaur and a Charmander by any stretch of the imagination there. Which I think we'll let our not to handle this. Figured it was just gonna try and teleport, but I don't want to be responsible for anything that happens or does not happen. There we go. Okay. Hoot hoot. As much as I'd love to have a board battle, I kind of want to just have a bird battle. Looks like there's a Trumbeak in chat currently. That is definitely one of the Pokemon that I forget exists, Trumbeak. Please wake up. Thank you. You do not have that. Pokemon things being Pokemon things. There was a Salamence in chat earlier that you missed, and I was having a heck of a time trying to get a Pokeball at it, and then I didn't catch it anyway. Oh, gross. No, I don't want to be poisoned. I don't think there's a space in the Great Ball there. Execute, eh? Sadness, I know, right? Okay. As much as I was hoping to just get through all of these trainers for the experience, and then go straight on to the final boss in here, I do think we're gonna have to leave. Sadly. Put Velvet out front since it's got Runaway. And we are going to try and get through this a little bit quicker. The poison should not kill us. Espeon? That's the plan. Or it was the plan. But then I caught 2 psychic types. And I'm not sure if Espeon is going to end up being too redundant. I'm actually going to double check his nature. We may end up going with Glaceon instead, because that could also help us out with this gym. But I'm not really sure if I want to commit to an ice type either. So we're currently still in a bit of a wait and see when it comes to whatever is going to happen with Eevee here. Because Eevee... yeah, it'll always fade here, so we're good. Because we got increased special attack and lowered special defense. So honestly, I could also see Jolteon being a good choice. Which honestly now is going to be the time we're going to have to decide, because the special attackers that don't really care about special defense as much because they're already kind of squishy are Espeon and Jolteon. And then like the more bulky special attackers are Vaporeon and Glaceon. And then everybody else is more so of a physical attacker. Umbreon could be a good choice, but we will get Spiritomb as a gift Pokemon at some point if we make it, knock on everything. And so I don't really want to get too bulky dark types either. So I think our choice is going to be down to Glaceon or Jolteon. Yeah, I think that's just going to make the most sense for where we're currently at, in all honesty. And yeah, we'll go from there. True, Glaceon, yeah. I'm honestly a little bit tempted for Glaceon just because that's not something you can really play through the game with too. So I'm definitely a bit more inclined to give it a go. Are ice types more rare? They can be, but there's quite a few like ice and water types. And you can access them, at least in this game, pretty early. Like, you can get a Cloyster, or Shelter, I keep saying Cloyster. You can get a Cloyster in the pond right downstairs, out of the tower. I just wasn't lucky enough to get that. But, like, you can get them. They just aren't as common. Full ice types are usually more late game. There's Dragon Rage. Let's see. 50, 95, 40, 100. I kind of do want to keep Smokescreen. I know that's not going to help us in this gym, but relying on evasive hacks could definitely save our life at some point. Get rid of Scratch. Yeah. We'll get rid of Scratch because Metal Claw, while it's got typing, it can increase attack innately, so we can kind of self-perpetuate something there. But Hanabi is now level 16, so we can focus on the next. Because the ultimate goal... Ooh, that's a little scary. The ultimate goal is to get everybody to level 16 before the gym, which obviously is not going to happen to the same extent. Grassy, I'm back. Welcome back. Hopefully your break was good. I'm currently a little scared of a Chingling, if I'm being honest. Yeah, let's just go out to our defensive wall. They're coming back at a pretty good time, really, because we are wrapping up the Sprout Tower now. We're gonna probably have a little bit more grinding to do to get everyone to where I need and want them to be for the gym. But I think we will be tackling the gym in this episode, or stream anyway. Yeah, it was good. You went out to dinner. Oh, nice. Where did you eat? You're gonna try something in this live? What are you gonna try? We don't need Growl. Get out of here. Cherubi. Yeah, I think we'll let our not to get up. Oh, cool. You never played Gen 3? Nice. This is a Gen 4. But yeah, I'm sure it looks a little out of date. Did the text-to-speech actually go? I can't hear it if it did. And I'd like to know if that actually worked. because one half of the overlays are not working, and I would like to know if that did. It did not work? Oh, rip. Okay. I'm gonna have to try and figure out what is going on with everything, because literally only half of my stuff wants to work, and I don't know if it's an internet thing or an everything just hates me thing. But yeah, definitely save your channel points for a day when things will hopefully actually work. You went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Nice. I never really went. Just sports bars were never really my vibe. Bird versus burb. Yeah. I don't like what this burb is doing to ours, though. I would very much like it if it would stop doing this. Oh, that's scary. We've got so many flying types that it really is going to just be battle of the flying type users come the gym. But even so, guess we'll go here. This is partially why I gave Cole the, oh, look at how little damage. This is why I, gave Cole the experience share to level up all the way to 16 first, because I am done not having a tank to tank hits and just being filled with squishiness. Okay. Now is the final determiner here. Do we want Glaceon or Jolteon? I think both make sense. I'm definitely thinking I'm leaning into Glaceon a bit more right now. Glaceon? Yeah, I think that's gonna be the way to go here. Gonna get rid of Gust for quick attack because that priority could literally save our lives in this first gym battle. Yeah, music's still going. Just want to make sure. Someday something will actually work the way that it's meant to. Oh. We're getting a Charmeleon. It's time. And I'm really hoping that that's enough to keep us from actually dying in this gym. We should also be getting a Croconaw too. Woo! We are going with Glaceon. Take the chilled ore. Thank you. And Flash, which is not going to help us at all. Because everybody knows Aerial Ace. Did you buy something? Yes, you did. Okay, that's fine. I don't think you guys were here for it, but I forgot to talk to Mom on the way out on this run, so I was just halfway out. And she called like, "Why didn't you tell me that you were leaving?" And I felt really bad. But it was literally just so she could ask if, you know, we wanted her to save our money or not. Okay. Let us go heal up. How far away are we from leveling? Could definitely be worse. There. Yeah, I felt kind of bad. I guess I'm too empathetic because the mom that we literally like barely interact with in this game, I felt bad for omitting from our children plans to run away from home regardless. Alright. Back in for the grind. I guess we're going to revisit some of my previous questions. What Borb Pokemon does it best, chat? Is it Natu? Is it Hoot Hoot? Is it Rowlet? Is it somebody else? Who does it best? And this could be on actual Borb roundness, or this could be on just, you know, personal preferences. Because for me, on actual Borb roundness, I've got to say Natu wins. Okay, we're going to get Velvet up to level 14 before we evolve him. Because he should get a move at level 15, like Icy Wind or something. And then we can actually do something. Please don't put me to sleep. This is so annoying. Oh, don't do that. At least that for our Wokosep, I guess. Those are the little interactions that I kind of forget exist. Oh, there's Bite. Get rid of Leer. Well, I hear somebody screaming. So hopefully that's not getting picked up too hard. Apartment living can be kind of wild. Looks like there is also an Azurill in chat. I guess Azurill is also a baby Pokemon. I think I omitted that one when I was listing all the baby Pokemon earlier. That one might actually be my favorite. Especially when it looks all sad. Just makes me feel bad for it. Alright. Well, obviously while we're doing the grind, now is a great time to get up, stretch, grab some water, grab a snack, grab a blanket, and just make sure you're taking care of yourself and getting comfy for the stress that is going to be the battle ahead. Thank you for not poisoning me, Wurmple. Now get out of here. I really wish there was a quicker way to go about this, but do not think that there is. Cool. Okay. Let's go and do that. I'm also going to save real quick. We have actually had pretty good luck when it comes to not losing any weird progress things. But with how everything else is breaking today, I'm definitely not going to take any risk when it comes to avoiding any part of this grind again. Not a Shinx to taunt us, I know. Again, they're a little bit more uncommon, at least today, so that helps, but every single time I see a Shinx, I remember what could have been and get sad. I think if we'd encountered a Shinx again, I actually would have screamed. I guess the good bad news here too is that with all this grinding that we are doing, we're, you know, increasing our odds of any one of these Pokemon being shiny. And then by the shiny claws, we could catch them. I would take a shiny Shinx too, game. Just gonna throw that out there. I would not be sad about a shiny Shinx at all. Yes, I know, right? The gold and black scheme for shiny shinks is also just a nice scheme in general. So again, I would not be very sad game if we wanted to do that. Give me something good to see. Yep, a shiny shinx. We're not asking for too much on that one, right? That's all, just a shiny shinx. It's 1 in 8,000 odds in this game. All these grass types are gonna be the literal death of me here. Get out of here. Also, it occurs to me that what you could be hearing too, Snivy, is my keyboard or the vibrations of the microphone. Because I still don't have a proper stand for it. And it's really sensitive to those kinds of noises where the other one was not. I did give it a base, so it's a little bit less sensitive, but that could definitely be part of what's going on too. And away we go. I don't actually know if that's quicker, but it feels cooler. So we can do that. And honestly, once Florida is all trained up to 16, it shouldn't be as hard or long to get everybody else up there too. It's just rough because we're fighting against level 7s right now. But I am not repeating the mistakes of the past and going in at level 14 and getting my butt handed to me by the A's. I would very much like to get past the first gym for the first time in a month. Could have been on your side. That's fair. It just occurred to me that the keyboard clicking could definitely sound like something going on too, though. In all reality, it's probably just everything messing up where it shouldn't be. I know it's half our level, but I'm still not willing to risk that yet. So until then, we are dealing with this. Scary face? You know, I'm a little tempted for Scary Face because Rage, I think, is only going to be good trying to catch a Pokemon at this point. And Scratch is still a pretty weak move. But Scary Face could theoretically get us to outspeed something scary at some point. Are we ever going to click either of those in the gym battle? Probably not. But it's nice to have options. Let's rearrange into that. Trying to summon a shiny Shinx for you. That would be nice. And if you manage to do that, then I would be very, very impressed and a little scared. Fight. Yeah, odds are 1 in 8,000 for it to be shiny. I have no idea what the odds are of encountering a Shinx on this route to compound that. Oh, it didn't work. Aw. Well, the effort is appreciated all the same. Like, if my first encounter was a Shinx, I would have screamed. If we encountered a shiny Shinx, I don't even know what I'd do. I definitely scream. I think I'd throw something across the room. There's just no way to showcase how excited I would be to find a shiny Shinx. I don't actually know what the method to hunt shinies is in Gen 4. if one even exists. Was this the radar era? Where you could, like, channel through the grass? It might have been. Obviously, you don't have that now. There's no rule against shiny hunting in a Nuzlocke, right? It's just our own time that we're wasting, and we're doing that anyway with the grind. Ooh, that skipped a few beats there. Definitely gonna save when we get Florida at the next level. This is definitely gonna be one of the longest grinds ever. But I'm really hoping it's gonna be worth it. Maybe I should try to help you get past the first gym. Please do. Because if I have to repeat the same grind next week, I will actually cry. Though that would give me another shot at Shinx again. Fair and square. But if Dragon Rage Charmeleon level 16 cannot get us through, then I'll probably just have to call it on the challenge as a whole. Because I don't think I will be able to get through a Nuzlocke if I can't get through when it's all but handed to me, you know? And that being said, while I love having a Charmeleon with Dragon Rage in my back pocket, I really don't know if I want to actually use it. Because I'm scared I'm going to send it out and it's just going to get one shot anyway. And that would be devastating. My poor little heart could not take that. That would be so rough to lose to. Okay, we are almost there. Nobody, I think I will take my chances for. There we go. Level 16. Oh, Totodile was not evolved level 16. Apparently. That is a-okay. Risk, risk, risk. Yeah. I think at least against a Budu, I will risk it. Shinx is honestly a little scary. Don't hurt me. Get out of here. Next Shinx we may actually have to run away from. Because Velvet's getting real low. And obviously none of the birds or Totodile is gonna wanna fight a Shinx. But in theory, we're halfway there on the grind. And now 2 goes a little bit quicker than the starters do. Wouldn't benefit to not to. Honestly, I think just trying to tank them out with Bronzor is going to be the first line of defense. Because while we can't use Nightshade on anybody, much to my disappointment, we can still put them to sleep and confuse them and confusion them. And I think just for pure survival standpoint, that's probably going to be the way to go. Get out of here, Bellsprout. Honestly, maybe quicker to train Bellsprout Tower. I think we're at a level where we could do that now too. May as well get to level 14 here, and then we can go switch over to Bellsprout Tower and actually maybe be fighting level 10s instead of level 6s. I think that will definitely help this grind a bit. Okay, let's get out of here. Get out of here. There we go. Alrighty. Into Lay Tower. Gen 4 is so slow. Fingers crossed that there's nothing here that will readily hurt us. Zigzagoon could actually be a little scary for not to. Yeah, that definitely could have been a little scary for her not to. But that's what Velvet's here for. Oop, little skip. Actual Bellsprout, maybe? I feel like I only encounter normal types in here now. Case in point. Our god is waiting in the box, by the way. We did not kill her yet. I just did not want to repeat of last time. Slowly but painfully. Yeah, God is only level 4, but she does exist. Oh. Guess I should not have doubted not to. And she is safe. Ooh, there's a fracture in chat. That's pretty cool. Oh, Metatite. I also not have been opposed to Metatite. This is where it got mail, though, so... Keeping for our bird theme, I guess. But also in the box we have Magikarp, Staryu, Metapod, and a Spearow. So we've definitely got some things waiting for us in the box. Oh, River's coming by to say hi. Yeah? Please don't knock over the microphone, it's still very tentative. Yeah? What do you want? What do you want, girly? Do you want to cheer us on for the gym? I think we could use a cheerleader like you. I just need you to actually pick a spot where you want to be. There you go. Fish bait. Yes, we do have a Magikarp. She's level 10, actually. So, you know, by the time third gym comes around, if we need a water type, we could have a Gyarados. But I'm gonna obviously try and keep our, Totodile alive until then. Ooh, extra sensory. 50, Confuse, versus 80 and Flinch. Sunsair is actually going to be a little bit of a menace here. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised by how that's turning out. Oh, a Spinda. Ew, it's level 12. You can take this, right, Eevee? If not, we're running. That's enough damage for me to be a little scared. I still remember what happened with the Zangoose, and I'm not underestimating normal types ever again. So we'll just run away. Baby bits at a time. I would love more Metatites right now. Ooh. Oh, a Chatot. We really could have been a bird. Ooh. Tamer with that. Let's do you. I was hoping to get Sunsair up to level 16 before we went to the Pokemon Center, but I don't think we can manage that. That gave us a lot of experience, though. Zangoose was a nightmare. Yeah. It really was, and I don't want to relive that. Okay, apparently I can't teleport when I'm already in the town. Before I forget, let's go ahead and grab whatever it is Mom sent us. Super potion. We're probably going to need that for the gym. We're probably going to need anything we can throw at the wall in the gym. If I'm being totally honest. Okay. Let me just double check and make sure we're still on track for music. I think it ended literally as soon as I opened that, so that's kind of fun. Let's do... Let's do this one. That should definitely keep us going for the remainder of this stream. Again, if I need to adjust anything, please let me know, because I can't hear it. I think that may be a little loud. Go ahead and turn that down about there. There we go. Hopefully that's a good level. I literally just have to eyeball and hope right now, which is definitely a little bit annoying. I'd love to be able to actually hear the music I'm playing. But as long as the stream is still going, you know, I guess I can't complain about the technology. Even if I wish I could see chat a bit better. Okay. Yeah, honestly, a little Sunstare here has been quite the trooper. So I'm very pleased with him. And while I would love to have a bird brawl in the gym, I honestly do not know if I trust him not to be too squishy. But he may get a moment to shine. Because I do think he could outspeed quite a few things too. How wild would it be to have a Xatu, like, to the Elite Four or something, though? I'd be really impressed, honestly. Pleasantly surprised, though. So I would be surprised if we even had our starter by that point. In all fairness. Okay. Yeah, let's get our birds up to level 16 and then we will get our Eevees situated. Well, I've had my fear for my life moment today. Oh no, what happened? There's so many different ways that moment can hit you. And it would definitely be good if it was not any of the things I'm thinking about. Hopefully all is good though. Ooh, Meow is so squishy. You really can't just pop in here, Fowl, and say something like that and then disappear on me. I gotta know. The suspense is killing me. Why is this Rattata actually messing me up a little bit? I was lurking while walking my dog and another dog came onto the road. I was growling at us, a German Shepherd. Ooh. I had to keep my golden lab back because she was thinking, ooh, friend. Oh, that's always so scary. There was one time I was walking both my parents' dogs, which were big dogs. They're like, we were told lab mixes, but I think they're just straight up mutts, if I'm being totally honest. And somebody's dog was off leash, and we lived in a small town. So they just like had their dog, which was like a big, looked like a pit bull mix, come like running across the street at us. And they were just like, oh, it's fine. My dog's friendly. And I was like, my dogs aren't. Come get your dog. And I was like 16 at the time. So I'm trying to hold back these two dogs by myself who are now in like full defense mode because they see this big dog running at me and they're like, must protect her. And this like older guy who's like 50 is just like watching this happen like, oh, it's fine. My dog's fine. Why are you freaking out? He had to get down to eye level with it, and I have never been more afraid of dying in my life. Oh man. Those are the moments when adrenaline just hits and you just have to like do the best you can with it. Like honestly, I wasn't that scared for myself. I was scared that there was just gonna be a huge fight that I could not get in between because these dogs weighed as much as I did. And then like my dogs are just gonna get hurt, but it's a lot scarier when, you know, there's that coming right at you regardless. You think the thing had a shock collar that had yard boundaries, but nope, it just came onto the road. And to be fair, it could well have had a shock collar and just ignored it too. My parents did that for a little while, but if the dog just wanted out, then it would just risk the shock and then keep going anyway, so the boundaries don't matter if it's determined enough to just go through them. The fact that anxiety was already acting up didn't help. Aww. Yeah, no, that definitely wouldn't. Yeah, that's scary. There is another time when I was in grade school. You'd think by now people learn how to keep their dogs in their yards, but when I was in grade school, I was walking to school, which was only a couple of blocks away, and there was a house that was literally right next to the school. And again, I think it was a pit bull mix, like, not saying anything against pit bulls specifically, but their owners are not had great experiences with their owners, apparently. But I was biking to school, actually, I think it was, and I was really little. I was in like 3rd or 4th grade, and so I was going a little bit slow because I didn't learn how to bike until like 4th grade because I kept crashing and it scared me. So I was biking to school, and an older kid in like 5th grade, must have been, came up like hot on my side and like yelled at me for being slow or something. Well, he passed me, and then like as soon as he passed me, like he was looking back to like say something else to me. A dog just came out from between 2 houses and just freaking nailed this kid, like full on ran into him sidelong and like knocked him down, and I didn't even know what to do. I was like, I just kept like biking, and I was like looking at him like, oh my god, do you need help? And he was just like, go, 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 keep going, don't look back, don't stop. And he got on his he got back on his scooter, I think it was, real quick, and like, you know, scooted off back to full speed. And luckily the dog did not pursue past the fence. But like, I still think about that moment a lot because I don't think I told anybody. I was just like, wow, we just got attacked by a dog, but nobody got bit, so it was fine. In my stupid little 4th grade mind or whatever I was. And What? What? That really just one shot from full? Oh my god. Okay, well, I guess Magikarp's coming out of the PC. That's cool. But yeah. Back to the story. Nothing ever came of it. Nobody ever acknowledged that it happened ever again, I don't think. It just kind of moved on, but I think about that a lot because, like, I still get anxiety passing by that specific house, even though, you know, that dog's not alive anymore. Kind of like our poor Totodile. And yeah, I still think about that a lot. Yeah, our little Totodile just died. It got one shot by a Spinda uproaring. So I guess we will grab our Magikarp. Because while I'm not going to train them up now, I think getting ready to get a Gyarados is not going to be fully appropriate. But yeah, that was a time in my life. And looks like there's a Darmanitan in chat. Why is the layout trying to say I have more than one Charmeleon when I don't? Be nice, but I don't. Oh. I almost just yeeted this microphone. Fish bait is now bait. Yep. We're just regular bait now. And I am officially running from any Spinda I see, I guess, because I'm not doing that again. And I'm sure it's understandable why. I really did not think that that was going to one-shot. It was 4 levels beneath us. But I guess the stab crit doesn't care. I guess, nope. Nope. Normal types are way too scary in this game. Speaking of, though, it is going to be time to get us a Glaceon. Look at him. So elegant. That's a good dog fox there. Velvet doesn't really make sense for a Glaceon, but we're just going to ignore that. Spinda became a Zangoose. It really did. Holy cow. Look at that special attack now. And Snowcloak raises evasion in a hailstorm, so I guess we're going to need to get hail at some point. And we should be getting Icy Wind, if my understanding of the evolutions is correct, at level 15 for Glaceon. So I really want to say it's like Razor Leaf for Leafeon, Ember for Flareon, Thundershock for Jolteon, Water Gun for Vaporeon, so on and so forth. And I think that translates to Icy Wind for Glaceon. Yo, the best aesthetically pleasing evolution aside from Leafeon. The only way that Leafeon would have been better, I think, is if they had made the shiny the autumnal version. IMO. I love talking to Glaceon, though. When I was a kid trying to draw all the Pokemon, I really struggled with Glaceon. It became like an obsession to try and draw it correctly because of the little head crown and tassels. It just never looked correct. No matter what I did. For real. Yeah. I will say though, Shiny Flareon is not too bad either because it literally just looks like a giant fluffy Eevee. Fluffier Eevee. And I'm down for that to some extent. Not everything can be, you know, black and gold or whatever. Looks good. Well, I learned soon as I'll ask who your favorite Pokemon is. Oh no, that totally would have been valid too if you had. Yeah, I picked Frostlass to represent me when I was first considering doing YouTube as a thing. I think I was like 17 at the time. I was just like, I like Pokemon. I like horror things. I like the cold. And I like collecting things. What does that all equal out to? Frostlass. So I went with Frostlass. Now, beyond that, obligatory answer. I determined through that, like, can we not do this, please, Starly? I determined through that, like, favorite Pokemon identifier thing that my favorite Pokemon would be Mega Rayquaza. But that answer feels so overdone. So beyond that, I'd have to say my favorite Pokemon is probably Ninetales, of either variation. But for obvious reasons, I do like the Ice Ninetales a little bit more. I think it looks a lot more elegant. Though I've got a very special place in my heart for shiny regular Ninetales too. Of which I think I have two. I don't have a problem. I'm totally fine. But you can't tell me a silver fox ain't cute. It gets fairy. Yeah, I can also see that. It's ice and fairy. And honestly, both those are just good typings overall. Though I think that same favorite Pokemon determiner also said that my... No Icy Wind? Well, that's gonna make this ship a lot harder. No. We're not doing this. But according to that same chart, apparently Dragon is my favorite Pokemon. Type, anyway. Which isn't really surprising because dragons are cool. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. The automatic no. I was just scared we couldn't run away. Yeah, River? Exactly. Yeah? Scream to the people, what do you think? Oh, big yawn. Big yawn from a little girl. What you asking for? What you want? Ooh, cool. Also, yeah, Shiny Kanto Ninetales is awesome. My favorite shiny is a banana yellow Arcanine. Yeah, that's fair. I could never get behind a lot of the yellow shinies. There's some of the golden ones that do it. Ooh, careful with the mic, girl. That's not for you. She's taking over the microphone now. I can't pet you and hold the mic at the same time. You gotta pick a place to rub. Or not, I guess. But a lot of the golden shinies, I don't think, came out a good golden color. Like if Arcanine I think Arcanine's got some green undertones that's yellow. If it had been a bit more of a warm yellow, like a yellow-orange instead of a yellow-green, I definitely think I would have liked that shiny a lot more, even if it's theoretically not as changed. But as it is, I don't think they did the golden ones a lot of justice. I think one of the ones that they did get right was Azumarill. Azumarill is gorgeous. That's probably one of very few golden shinies I would hunt. I think I got a shiny Growlithe though, just to say I did. Honestly, Kanto fire types are just so strong for me. I really like all of them. And so there's definitely at least a point in time that I was hunting for it. I don't know if I ever actually got one. That'd be sitting on Oras if I did. Which is now a little outdated, I suppose. But yeah, I'm definitely a little bit more partial to the blue-purple shinies. The blurple shinies. Ghastly's up there. Can't tell me that Ghastly is just not a strong contender. OMG, imagine you got a shiny Shinx and lost it to a Zangoose. Oh, Shinx is also a good golden shiny. Shinx Luxray. And yeah, if that happened, I would cry. I'm still really upset about losing Totodile to random Spinda of all things, but here we are. Still kind of pretending it didn't even happen. I'm stupid keyboard. Gotta love the early enter hit. It's always when I'm in the middle of like this big announcement or something too, and it like cuts me off at the worst place it could possibly cut me off. The place for the most confusion or panic to occur is where it inevitably hits enter at. Yep. It's the struggle. Now, can we get male up to level 16? And then we never have to touch this cursed land again. Anyways, I was gonna say that Milotic shiny is amazing. Ooh, Milotic does have a great shiny too. It's one of those subtle ones that's a little bit more strong for its subtleness, I'd say. Like if they change its main body to be a different color, then I think it would kind of lose the effectiveness that the rest of the shiny brings. But it's such a good color scheme. Do you want to give Magikarp an experience share? Yeah, I was planning on doing it after this grind session, which I know sounds a little counterintuitive, but if we're not using Magikarp during this fight regardless, then I'd rather just get our Pokemon up to level 16 a little bit quicker. Alright, there we go. And now we will give Magikarp the experience share. There you go, bait. Okay. This is definitely a very interesting team we've got going on here. I'll be right back. I'm going to pop in on another streamer friend real quick. Be back time to time. That's totally fair. Enjoy popping back and forth. I won't be streaming too much longer because come heck or high water, we are going into the first gym and we're going to be ending up after that. So, better or worse, it's going to be getting down the moment of truth time here. The current goal is still going to be to actually have Cole lead this fight a bit, I think, because apparently we don't have any stab super effective on Glaceon. And male is not yet evolved, so it can't hold its own up against Pidgeotto. Not doing Charmeleon or glass cannons, so yeah, I think we're just gonna grab this here and hope none of that's helpful for us. I don't think I have any TMs or anything, but it'd be nice to get a special attack on Glaceon. Yeah, we just got Flash. Exactly, River. Which is not going to be effective in this gym because they can't miss anyway. So that's cool. River, I'm sorry I can't pay attention to you right now. Rip Totodile, time for revenge. Yeah, we didn't even get icing on Totodile either, so there would have been no redemption there either. Okay. I do think we're gonna... Can you stop touching things that don't belong to you, man? I do think we're gonna save our state here, though, because I definitely don't want to have to redo any of that grind. We'll fight these trainers as well. See how we will theoretically fare against Falkner, but I don't think grinding past 16 is gonna help us any further. Wild Dedenne appeared. Okay, these guys are level 11. I remember thinking we were on par last time, and then we were so far under level. Okay. Yeah, River. Can you move? I can't see. Please? Or we can just headbutt the microphone. Kitty crunch. Yeah, I can only imagine what that must be sounding like right now. I'm not subjected to the noises. Exactly. I do need you to move, dear. Thank you. When you need her to go, the answer is to just tickle her tummy. She will move. Okay. I'm actually gonna go heal up. Because while I'm a little tempted to let Sunstare have a go, I'd rather push male because I don't think I can send a level or a tier stage 1. Geez, there we go. I don't think I can send a stage 1 into line of fire without, you know, remorse when they're stage 2s in the gym. Which Falkner does have to be cheating because I think his Pidgeotto is level 16 and it's certainly a Pidgeotto and not a Pidgey. Okay, who's the better bird trainer? My money is on me. This also gives us a bit more experience for Magikarp too to actually fight these guys. Wingle. We'll let Sunstare handle. Look at that. Our birds are over leveled and rocking it. They will not be over leveled for long though. That is just the nature of this beast. That is not what I wanted to hit. That's what I wanted to hit. Get out of here, Zubat. Oh, Magikarp's level 11. I actually kind of want to do a not to on not to battle. This will actually give me a little bit of an indication as to where ours currently stands. Offensive and defensive wise, that's actually a lot better than I anticipated. So, that's really good to know. Actually got a little bit of hope here for not to survive this. But now that I've said that, I'm probably gonna come to eat my words. Let's go ahead, heal up, and then we will challenge the boss. Natu wins. Natu versus Natu. Which Natu wins? Shall be ours. Knocking on wood right now. Yeah. We sacrificed getting a shiny Shinx to get here, right? So we've got to make this work. Okay. I'm gonna save Charmeleon because, as we saw, our starters are very squishy. I really, really wish that... Yeah, defensive 9. We're not using Magikarp regardless. I really, really wish we had Icy Wind or something, but... Regardless, I do think we're going to start off with Velvet here. And hope this ends up better than our last evolution. Right, bud? Okay. Let's go ahead and save up. Flashbacks, I know, right? And I really wish I could actually listen to this mix. Let's challenge Falkner. Yeah, you won't allow insults to bird Pokemon. Guess what? Neither will I, apparently, because we're playing the bird tamer in this run. Please don't hurt me. Oh, I meant to turn animations on. Dang. You know what? While we're here. Well, never mind. I was just gonna load the save, but instead I accidentally saved over it. So we're gonna do without animations at all today, I guess. Can we flinch? Nope. Okay. Flinching sure would be the nice thing to do. Oh, there we go. Okay, one down. Now I'm starting to wonder if my memory over-exaggerated how strong these guys were. Farfetch. What does Farfetch want to do? Let's go out to Cole here. So I think Farfetch wants to do a lot, honestly. Confuse. Only did 5, okay. Now it's confused. Let's chip away at it. That's not bad recoil damage at all there. Wait, Farfetch is fighting type? I mean, I know that that's not true for base Farfetch, but I didn't realize it's fighting type in this game. I would have gone not to if I'd known that. I think you're too low leveled each time you face the gym. Yeah, I just did not want to grind to the point of being over leveled. I want to be on par. And apparently I'm been over exaggerating mentally where that may fall. Okay. Murkrow. Come on, male. Show you're the better bird. That did a lot of damage. That did not do as much damage as I would have liked. Oh, this thing's got pursuit too, doesn't it? That wasn't quite 20 points of damage. Let's try plucking. Okay. Falkner may heal, but I think we'll outspeed. Okay. Don't have to play any heal battle. Don't have to worry about pursuit. Is Murkrow Dark type here? It should be. I mean, I don't know for sure all the changes that Dray made, but I think... Actually, Whirlwind might have been nice. I still think Sand Attack is better. But I think we're set there. Chatot. I think we will let a bird brawl occur for. We're halfway through the gym. Again, I feel a little bit bad that we're kind of over leveled, but if it keeps us alive, I'm not going to say anything. Because look how much damage that still did. Okay. Get out of there. Swablu, we're not going to mess around too much with. Did you hypothetically post the ROM that you're using? I can definitely link it in Discord. Hypothetically. Allegedly. Just because I don't think I've ever actually linked it. If you search Storm Silver, you should be able to find it. Oh, that's gross. It may remove Dark Confusion, so now everyone's confused. Only in hypotheticals, of course. Yeah. Hypothetically, I could. And I think that wouldn't be too hard. Honestly, at this point I downloaded it a long time ago, so I'd have to re-find it, but I don't think it's too hard to find. At this point, this ROM is basically as old as Soul Silver is. Because I think this came out before Gen 5 technically was a thing. A level 15, okay. Well, you're hacking even harder then, but we're still gonna Dragon Rage you. Oh, there goes the Oranberry. You can still fly, I don't care, we are Dragon Raging. Alright. Clap, clap, we made it through. With 0 deaths in the actual gym. And yet we still somehow lost our starter. That wasn't too bad. No, it definitely could have been worse. But the fact that we were still that beaten up and... You know, it is... not the... It's not the worst, but we definitely have room for some improvement there. And I guess if we wanted to learn Roost, we have plenty of bird Pokemon to teach it to. And our male still hasn't evolved. I do think it evolves level 18, which is honestly probably why I thought the Pidgeotto was 16 anyway. But not too shabby. And to start off next stream, we will get quite a few new encounters around the ruins. And so we may actually be able to get an electric type in there. Oh, and we can also get the egg too, I guess, but shockingly, I don't think we are in dire need for any more normal flying types right now. Since we already got 2. It's 25, right? 25 for what? Because for Pidgeotto, it should be 18. Bronzor and Bronzong, I honestly have no idea. Same with Not-2. Charizard should be like 36, and Gyarados should be 20. for Pidgey to evolve. I think it's level 18. At least that's what it is in Gen 3, which I'm most familiar with. But I do think we will go ahead and leave off stream here. We actually made progress today, and before I jinx anything, I'm gonna go ahead and save the game. Just before something happens. So let's go ahead and see if Z is online. I think she should be. I think I saw her pop up. But if she is, we'll go ahead and pop in there and say hi. It looks like she is, so we'll go ahead and raid into Z. Just as a warning, she does do a little bit more mature content than I do. So just bear that in mind before you go ahead and join us over there. But I do hope that you all enjoyed the stream. For those who aren't aware, I do have a YouTube as well. You can check out those links over in like the sidebar, as well as for the Discord, where I will hypothetically be dropping the ROM that I'm using. So just go ahead and check those out if that is of interest to you. But otherwise, until next time, stay safe and stay happy, y'all. I'll see you all then. And bye!